Hello, everybody. Welcome back to KINGDUMMIES by the Mangaki no Tsukai boys. As always, my name is Evan, and I'm here with Jesse and Adam.
Hello.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
So we took a little bit of a break since last week's episode, or rather, it's been 2 weeks now?
Yes.
Yeah, that was kind of my fault. My
Sorry
computer
for
was
keeping
acting.
you holding.
No, that was my fault. My computer was acting up. But yeah, I mean, we know that you're all on the edge of your seats waiting for a new episode. How have you guys been? What do you guys do in the past week?
I've been doing a lot of schoolwork. I have exams this week, so been putting my nose in the books.
Nice. Do they smell good?
No, they smell like paper and cardboard and depression.
Well, that's why you just gotta stop storing them in your cat litter, and it'll smell a lot better.
My cat litter actually smells pretty good. It's got like Febreze with it. So...
Hey, I also just bought some stuff that's cat litter with Febreze.
Hey, nice. Yeah, I got the multi-cat stuff, so that the 3 cats, they all share 2 boxes, and it smells horrible after like half a day.
Mm.
And
yeah,
for whatever reason, all of my cats all use one litter box. The other litter box barely ever has anything in it. They all use one fucking litter box.
That's because you've got all your books in there, man.
I know.
Get the books out.
See, it's weird because we have like 3 litter boxes strewn about for only 2 cats, but all the time we'll wake up in the morning and Boo, my one cat, to anybody listening, has shit in one of our plants, and it's the same plant, and there's just shit in it.
Are you being serious?
I'm being dead serious. I think she does. It says I don't think she likes our other cat, and pissed off about the move we just made. So, Jesse, how about you? How's your litter box?
Litter box is pretty good. I don't have any cats, but I do have a couple of litter boxes throughout the house. It's a small house, but there's pretty much one in every room. The closet's included, so it's good. It's good over here.
I thought you were gonna say I don't have any cats, but I do have a grandfather.
yeah. I've got a couple litter boxes for Poppy, and he cleans them himself, so it's nice.
That's good.
Wow, he even cleans after himself. That's a great grandfather you got there.
Yeah, well, he kicks it around. He's a lot like a cat. Yeah.
Oh, hey, speaking of which, hi, Boo.
Hi, Boo.
So, let's get to it on Kingdom, huh? So we're starting off today's. Let's get to the Kingdom. We're starting off today with chapter 131, and right off the bat, we got a page of Mobu with these nipple saucers, which I really enjoy. Little known fact, but Mobu was actually invented satellite television, but he got the sides of the satellites a little bit wrong, and he also put them on his nipples. So,
yeah, he was a big proponent of protecting your nipples in battle. So he had the extra layer of nipple saucers added to his chest armor.
It's like when a long distance runner put tape over their nipples so that their nipples aren't scraping up against their shirts,
Yeah, like in the episode of The Office on the Fun Run episode where Andy's like bleeding through his shirt.
Yes, exactly.
He's hiding behind Kevin for
yeah.
Dude, I'm picturing this one. I saw this one picture of this actually happened to a person, and it's just the still shot after he's run like 12 miles or some shit, and his fucking shirt is just covered in blood, and the look on his face of pure agony. Oh. It's pretty funny.
This is why I don't run.
Yeah, that's why instead of running, I do swimming in a dirty lake.
Love swimming in dirty lakes.
The dirty water provides enough resistance.
Yeah, you like lakes more than cricks?
I've got a crick in the backyard down at the creek.
Dude, I will never forget the first time I heard someone actually say that unironically. I must have been like 7 or 8 or something, and we were at this like camp thing, and I had this like friend that I made that like was from Tennessee or something, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you want to go down by the creek?" And like I said, I was like 7 or 8, and I was literally what the fuck are you talking about? The crick?
The old crick. Down by
The old crick.
the old watering hole, the old crick there.
Hey, you got one go down by that crick. That's not how people from Tennessee talk.
No, Jesse would know. He's from Tennessee.
Well,
Yes.
Jesse also was in Nashville, which is like
The gentrified version of Tennessee.
Yeah. I call it Little Jersey.
Right.
which is funny because some people call Nashville Little Tennessee.
Right, which is really weird because some people call New Jersey Little Nashville.
Yeah, I like to call New Jersey Little California.
Oh, okay. Is it because it kind of looks like California but in reverse?
If you go over to California and drive through it, it's like driving through New Jersey, but like it's on a loop. Like you drive through it 4 times. That's how long it fucking takes.
Oh, fuck that.
You know?
Goddamn.
I feel like it's at least 4 times, but more close to like 10.
Right.
Like you've got the mountains up top, you've got the farmlands, you've got some cities, you got the beaches,
And then it loops over again. So you start at the beaches at the bottom, then you get to the mountains, then you get more beaches, and then you go through the farmlands and the mountains. You do that like 4 or 5 times.
I have never been to California. I would like to visit. I would like to go to like the Redwood area, the foresty area of it.
Yeah, that's what
cool.
I.
That's up north. If
I
remember correctly.
Zambasis lives in that area, so if I ever go
does
visit
he?
him, yeah, he goes hiking in like the redwood forests all the time. I would love to go up there.
Dude, yeah, same. I mean, I've always wanted to go out to Cali anyway, but like that's even more motivation. I forgot that he lived out that way.
Mhm.
I haven't spoken to him in like fucking years.
I'm in a Discord with him, so I speak to him every night. Him and Jonathan Todd.
Jan. Oh, good old Jan.
Good old Jan Todd.
Yan Yad.
Jan Yad.
Oh.
Anyway,
Well,
page 1.
Page 1. Page 1 where Mobu's saying like, "Oh yeah, let's go see Nick and Cali." So on page 2, like this is a callback to last chapter where they're saying like, "Oh yeah, people heard your name, Shin," and it starts off with people talking about Shin. Hey, yeah, never heard of this guy. And it's basically Mobu staring out against the out towards the Zhao encampment, and he's like, Rihaku of defense, huh? What a joker. Then it goes to the Zhao encampment where they're having their meeting of the generals. I really want to talk about Shomo. His neck is something else, man. I don't get it.
It's for
It doesn't
protection.
quit.
It doesn't quit.
Yeah,
I mean, I know he's like supposed to be super fat and everything, but like even still, is that his armor just pushing up his fat or something?
Yeah, I would assume so, right? But he doesn't even look that fat.
I think it's literally his armor pushing all his fat up into his neck.
Because, like, I mean, look at his body compared to, like, Rihaku right there. I mean, they don't look like. I mean, yeah, he's obviously thicker, but like, he just looks like he's bulkier. He doesn't look like he's like some like fat pig. Then you see his fucking face, and you're like, that's a big fat pig.
I'll say I don't know if it's the armor, because the armor looks like it's really just on his chest, and then there's like shoulder straps. Then it looks like he just has a shirt on underneath there.
Yeah.
So
all of his fat went straight to his neck. In there.
Yeah. And then you blow up.
And then one thing that also gets me.
Yeah, this guy gets it.
One thing that also gets me is that the neck thing seems to get fucking fatter and fatter as these pages go on. So like page 5, he's on the top left there, and he's got like it's overflowing. And then on the next page, it's like there's an extra layer to it. And then on the bottom of that same page, it's got like a second layer to it. You see what I'm saying?
Oh my god, dude.
That's hilarious.
He's like Dragon Ball Z power scaling with his neck.
That fucking neck. But basically, this scene they're talking about, oh yeah, Fuki's dead. We killed a lot of Chin, but it doesn't matter because Fuki was slain, and that's like that's like the biggest blow to them. They're like, what the fuck is Hoken doing? And Hoken's just sitting in the woods as per usual, as he's wont to do. Shomo is rightfully so is like, this is that's kind of messed up. Commander-in-Chief holds no interest in the battle. Sure is a funny thing. Is there even a point to having him? And everyone's just like, dude, what the hell? Don't forget yourself. And apparently the morale of the Zhao army is hinged together by Hoken-sama, who has the title of one of the three great heavens, and that's like the linchpin of their morale.
Right. Even though he's just commander-in-chief in name. It's really, these guys that are doing everything. I forget this guy's name again. Not Rihaku. The guy that's like the actual commander-in-chief right now.
Chotetsu?
Choso?
Yeah, Choso. He's like the actual commander-in-chief of this campaign currently. So like he's really doing most of the heavy work. And yeah, losing Fuki really sucks for them. Oki even said it himself, as these battles become more and more fierce and closer towards the end, people like Fuki become much more reliable.
And that's not lost on these guys too.
Right.
And I like how everybody has their speciality, but fucking what's his face, the all-rounder Chotetsu. Yeah. He's like, well, what's the planner for tomorrow? Like, god damn it, dude, you suck, man. You got that scar, but you look badass, but you're really just a fucking loser. But anyway,
everything. He's like the balance characters in Mario Tennis, like Waluigi.
Oh, I actually never played that.
What?
I played the I played the Nintendo 64 one, but I didn't play any of the other ones.
I mean, I would say the Nintendo. Well, okay, the Nintendo 64 one was probably the best one. To be honest with you, I haven't played Aces. I hear it's pretty good.
That's the newest one, right?
That's the one for Switch.
Yeah, the GameCube one was cool though.
GameCube one was really good as well. Actually, so there's a Game Boy. Getting off topic completely. There's a Game Boy game of it, and you actually play as just like either a male or a female. You don't play as any of the characters.
Oh.
And you enroll in a tennis academy, and you have to work your way up through the ranks in the tennis academy, and then your tennis academy gets challenged by the Mario squad.
Oh, really?
And then you have to, it's more like an RPG. It's actually really, really fucking good.
That's actually a pretty funny hook. I kind of like that.
It was a really good game. I played the heck out of it when I was
I'll
younger.
have to check that out. I'll have to maybe I'll emulate it.
You
or
can.
something.
I have it emulated on my phone. It's okay because the touchscreen controls with the emulation, but it's still pretty good. Still holds up.
Nice. Well, all right. Let's get back to Kingdom here. God, we're still on the first chapter. My goodness.
I know. We're already an hour in.
No, we're not.
Are we? He says.
Well, hey, time flies when you're having fun with your besties.
That's true.
What can I say? So, Fuki's army gets left to Rihaku, who's Rihaku of defense. The remnants, all of his army is sent right to him. And they're going to be fighting against Mobu. And Rihaku even says, at his level, even if I gave him 10 years, he would not be able to break through me. And then it goes right into the second day with Moki and Karyoten watching. So the main offense for the Chin is in the center army, and it's 20,000 versus 35,000. And Rihaku's formations showed up like basically instantly. They were like super quick to form up. And what's his face? Kano tells Mobu, like, if you're gonna break through them, we gotta kill their archers. I'll take care of them for you. And Mobu just looks at him like, you fucking bastard. Dirty man. You asshole. This is my battlefield. Dogs of Oki can piss off, you fucking cunt.
Evan,
Go ahead, Jesse.
No, Evan's so on point because I wrote in my notes that page 13 is dramatic. So Evan exaggerating so much is like exactly what I was seeing too.
Well, it's like that. It's like that thing where it's like, I forget who made the video. Maybe I think it was ProZD, where it's like, official dubs versus fan dubs and stuff. Where it's like, Sasuke, you're my friend. I won't be able. I want to help you. And then the fan dubs, it's like, Sasuke, you fucking bastard. I love you.
Yeah.
But so after Mobu kind of gives Kano the evil eye, he just yells at his men. He's like, "Oh, guys, same as yesterday. We're gonna do the same shit." And shows Toe and Oki, and they're like, how many guys did Mobu lose? And he goes, "Oh yeah, roughly 600." And it's like 600. They were fighting all day in like the thick of it, following Mobu, and they only lost 600 dudes. Like that's fucking crazy. And Oki understands immediately like what the deal is because Oki's a genius, you know.
Yeah, Evan, I love at the top of that page though because Oki says, "Toe, how many casualties?" And Toe says, "Sir." And then Toe just looks at somebody else and says, "How many?" 600.
Oh man, Toe is one of my favorite characters, man.
Yeah, he's great. He gets even better as the series goes on.
Yeah, especially at the end of this arc. Adam, I think you know what I'm talking about with the fucking look on Toe's face when something happens.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
All I can think of is a different look on a different Toe's face, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we'll get to that.
Yes. Also yes.
Page 16 though, I wrote in my notes, I've given Mobu a southern accent. It's time to hunt.
Yeah.
It's time to hunt.
That's a pretty great. That's a pretty great page, though.
It is a really cool page. It's pretty. It's pretty wild that Mobu's whole fucking army is just like conscriptors, and the Zhao have like all these like heavy infantry dudes with fucking shields and lances.
So that's actually kind of the point, right? So the reason that they didn't really were able to do anything, like the past few chapters, like in the last day of the battle, they were saying like, oh, like they only lost 600 dudes, but they weren't really able to do anything. But in this next chapter, they start to say that the entire point of
Evan,
them know what fighting with Mobu is like.
Evan, you cut out. You're cutting out. Jesse,
Evan, are you in a microwave right now?
Yeah,
I am in a microwave.
I heard the microwave.
Oh, sorry. I'm sitting next to a microwave.
That's
How about
fine.
now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, but you were like getting real laggy for a second there. You were like lagging, then you cut out for a few seconds.
Okay. Well, basically what I was saying is that the entire point of yesterday's battle was to get these troops whipped into shape to show them what fighting with Mobu's like. Mm-hmm. And since they only lost 600 dudes total in that entire day of fighting, that their morale is like skyrocketing.
Right. Yeah. Mobu pretty much used it as a day to train his troops, you know.
Yeah. Because they're all just
conscriptors.
They're just conscripts.
Right.
Yeah, that gets explained in the next chapter here.
Is it the next chapter?
In 132, yeah, page 6, I have it written down.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Page 4 is pretty dope, where it shows Mobu and his cavalry leading the charge, leading the wedge.
What an idiot.
What an idiot.
Even like the first page of chapter 132 is really cool. You get this nice little flying V Mighty Duck style. And it's really cool to see, like, because normally when we see so many people drawn, it's like that. Like, you know how like you can see the Zhao, right? But it's just like a bunch of black dots. You could kind of tell that there's shields and there's some flags. It's cool to see like him put a little bit more detail into the chin. I mean, obviously because they're closer up, but like normally you don't see that. Normally it's a little bit higher up and everything's drawn just so like you understand what's happening. You don't get a lot of detail. He did a really nice job with this, where you can see everyone running.
1000% agreed.
I'm glad you actually pointed this page out because I looked into the onomatopoeia letters, by the way. You know how we were talking about we keep seeing this one that's on the side of this page. It's like a cross with a penis.
Right. Yeah.
It's Christian symbology or whatever, symbols. So
symbolism.
Symbolicism. So yeah. First of all, when I first brought it up in the podcast, I called them kanji. It's actually katakana, and it is actually just the letter O.
Oh.
Yep. So like, oh!
That's honestly fucking awesome.
Do you know what this other one means? Do you know it? Did you look up?
Does that mean menacing?
God, it could be menacing. No. It's not the JoJo menacing thing, I don't think.
No, definitely not.
But it could. Who knows? It could be something along those lines. That is pretty funny, though.
Yep.
All right. So you said page 4. All right. Oh God.
Oh yeah.
Page 4.
Page 4 was what baka. Maybe that's what those onomatopoeia means. Baka. But yeah, I wrote down here that this chapter is kind of just like marching band versus marching band, where it starts off with Mobu's triangle formation, then they go into the snake, and it's like,
oh my God, Evan,
where the Rihaku's army kind of this rear section moves to the side so that they basically can surround Mobu's army. Mm-hmm. And they're all like, oh my God, everybody watches like, oh, it's going to be a repeat of yesterday. They're completely surrounded. And Mobu's just like, everybody hear me, kill them all. And they just kill people left and right. Page 12, there's literally a guy with his fucking head chopped off or head smashed. I'm guessing down. I'm guessing Mobu smashed him down.
Oh, the guy that says kill and then he gets cut off.
Yeah.
No, he just pushes. He pushes his head off with his club. There's
a lot of fucking Kung Pao enter the fist moments in this manga. I gotta say.
Oh yeah, especially when Mobu's fighting because of his club.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, in the next few pages, it has like Moki's flashbacks talking to Shohei-kun, and Shohei-kun's talking about strategy. There's a bunch of different things, but strategy is everything. But there's a phenomenon where strategy doesn't mean shit, and it's when there's someone that's so fucking powerful that they just smash through all the tactics and strategy. And then on page 16, it has an awesome shot of Mobu just covered in gore.
Yeah, this panel's so fucking cool, man.
Yeah, man, it's really dope.
And I really like when the mangaka is like trying to emphasize something. He draws things a bit darker.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely because most of the time it's very white background. Even the characters' like armor is a little bit lighter. The horses are a little bit lighter, but this is really cool. You get the nice. It looks like there's a cloud, like a storm cloud behind him. There's you could kind of tell that there's like a dust or a fog on the field, and then just blood dripping off of his weapon. All these dead bodies around him. His boys behind him, running behind him. Really, really sick. Does a really good job,
Absolutely.
Mobu. I also really like when he doesn't draw the eyes and he just draws the whites of the eyes.
Yeah, where they're just covered in, or they're just overcome by, I guess, by a fucking bloodlust.
Yeah, rage or whatever it may be. It's really cool.
In the next chapter on the second page, we have a pretty dope shot where it's Mobu just continuing saying just kill them all, and it has the Chin troops surrounded, but they're fucking pushing back the people that are the Zhao that are surrounding them. In this chapter, we get a little bit of insight into what Oki thinks of Mobu. And they're saying even if they're just leftovers, even though Rihaku's fallen back, if they kill all of the dudes, then that's still a good thing, even if they don't kill the general,
Right.
And how they say how Mobu's actions right now is just really fucking disturbing to people who are really big on tactics and strategy and stuff, because he just overcame this crazy maneuver that Rihaku made just by killing people. That's all that he did. He didn't worry about getting surrounded at all. They just murdered a bunch of people. And how this, after killing Rihaku's troops, Mobu's army is going to be even more formidable, because their morale was already at a fever pitch but this is just going to make them even stronger. And Oki says, like, like Mobu's name spread throughout China, but he's been at Ryo's side for a long time. So his quality isn't like set in stone per se.
Right. It's kind of hard to gauge how amazing he is compared to other people because of his lack of experience. But clearly we see that he like, because they painted Mobu as like, all right, he's super fucking powerful, but he's an idiot. He needs like a strategist kind of to tell him what to do,
Right.
Where clearly we're seeing that that's really not the case. Yeah, he might not be, someone who's got these, deep formations and like how to, counter something if someone's doing a certain strategy. But like he
doesn't need it.
Right. He doesn't need that because of his power. And he's also smart enough to understand, like, all right, I can't just go into battle with these conscriptors who really don't understand what they're doing yet. That's why I need to do these things. And now we're going to take advantage of this high morality that we have.
But at the same time, Oki notices all this, but he does say, like, let's watch him a few more times before coming to a verdict on how strong this guy is.
Right.
Because it might just be a one-off.
Right.
Oki does say that he definitely does understand warfare more than the rumors let on. Like, he's not just a brute, and he thinks it's probably because he was raised with Shohei-kun, like growing up with Shohei-kun.
Right, who himself is is a strategic genius. I can't wait till we get into more of Shohei-kun. By the way,
cool. Such a good character.
Oh, dude, fucking one of the best, like most brilliant characters in this series. But that's a little bit farther out.
Yeah, unfortunately, we won't get that for a while. But yeah, Shohei-kun's awesome.
This chapter, we also see a little bit of Moki's motivations, where he talks about how his father, all he wants to do is become the strongest man in China, and like family's kind of honestly a little bit secondary to that. And Karyoten's like, hey, but shouldn't you like still, support him in what he's doing? And Moki, thinks to himself like, oh yeah, I mean, of course I'm cheering him on. He's my father, but one of the reasons that he started to become a strategist is to kind of help his father make up for the parts that he isn't so good at, because like we just said, Mobu's powerful, but he doesn't really have too much of an eye for strategy and stuff.
Right.
That's where Moki's going to be coming in.
I thought that was really cool, and I like how when Moki is talking to Ten just falls asleep.
Yeah,
putting her hat on.
Yeah. I love Karyoten's outfit, honestly. I love the character design. She's pretty great.
Yeah, is it weird that they didn't give her other clothes to wear, or whatever? Like it's weird.
At the
is
academy?
It weird that no one? Yeah, like no one's like, why is she dressed up like a fucking bush bird?
It is a bit weird. Because she's at like the top academy for strategist in Shin, and she's dressed like a mountain person still. But I guess that's because she is a mountain person,
Yeah.
Right. I mean, she's also still like a child, so I mean, I don't know how much they actually care about those things. She does, like, there's going to be time skips throughout this entire manga, so like, she'll not always be wearing her, her little bird outfit. So enjoy it while you can.
Well, I won't be reading those chapters then. No.
You're just gonna skip every chapter with Karyoten in it. So in this chapter also, there's it does the third day of the battle where Rihaku and Konson Ryu's all-rounder Konson Ryu combine their forces to number 40,000, but doesn't fucking matter because Mobu's just completely just stomping over them. And the Zhao, and the third day of the battle goes by quickly. It's only like 2 pages. Right. But at the end of this chapter, the Zhao come up with a plan to take care of Mobu by surrounding them with basically all 4 of the generals. And it's a pretty good plan, but Oki's playing 4D chess with them and comes up with his own plan to take out the Zhao headquarters. And that completely just throws a wrench into the Zhao ideas. where basically they're going to take everything that they have and just run towards the Zhao HQ, which is pretty great, pretty dope. Chapter 134, I have written my notes. The first thing is I can't get over Choso's or Shomo's neck. I can't do it.
Hey, before we get too deep into his fucking neck rolls here, on 133, when he shows off his commanders here, these are Oki's commanders, right?
Yes, those are
on screen right now. Yeah.
So you guys have talked about Roku Omi before. Right?
Yeah,
he's my favorite.
Did you say that he looks like Ryo Fui?
No, he looks like Baku Koshin.
Yeah, I thought he was Baku Koshin as well. Or he looks like Baku Koshin.
Okay.
He does look a little bit like Ryo Fui. I could see that.
Dude, because you know how I said Ryo Fui looks like an older Heki? It looks like they're the evolution of each other. Like Roku Omi's in between them two. But also, Roku Omi is the coolest name so far in Kingdom. I love.
You think
name.
so?
Yeah, it's just so badass. That Roku Omi, it's fucking yeah, bro.
Well, Roku Omi is a great character as well. Yeah. So I'm glad you think so.
I think he's like not like achievement wise. I think he gets he's the most distinguished of the Oki boys. Like I think he gets the most screen time as well.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously we're getting a lot of Kano right now. But
right.
Roku Omi's awesome.
Yeah, he's basically third in command of Oki's forces because there's Oki himself, there's To, and then there's Roku Omi.
Right. And I real quick too, right before this, so Mobu shows up at Oki's camp, and because Oki calls for him and lets him know like, hey, there's we're gonna do this thing. I'm pretty sure. And Roku Omi, he Mobu walks in. He's like, "What the fuck do you want from me?" And Roku Omi's like, "The chief asked you to sit down," and they death stare at each other. And fucking Oki just smacks Roku Omi. He's like, relax you.
Yeah. Now. Very well then. I'll get to the point.
Now we can go to 134 if you want.
Well, one last thing I want to say is that I love how he's totally playing into Mobu, because like he tells him what he's handing all 5 of those armies to Mobu, and he wants them to charge at the HQ, and Mobu's reaction to that is like he's surprised, but he's definitely pleased about it.
Right.
Because he just loves going all out anyway, and who better to fucking start this plan off than Mobu? It's a giant offensive. But yeah, the next chapter starts off with Shomo looking at the battlefield by himself, and he's like, "What?" And the other dude's like, "What the fuck? What are you doing here by yourself?" And he's just like, "Oh, I want to scout the battleground." And he's like, "Yeah, me too." I guess Shomo is he looks at some wolves and just scares them off with his neck.
Yeah.
What makes it worse is the guy liner he has too. It just makes everything come together. This is why I fucking wrote my notes. I can't get over his neck. And page 4, he looks over and it's like, what the fuck? You see on the top right there, he's like moving his head, but I guess it's like on a turret almost.
Yeah, it slides along his neck.
It's a little fucking gross.
It's like they're two separate things. His neck is like a little mound for his head to rest on.
But in this chapter, though, we get a lot of soldiers looking at the Hishin unit, because Shin and his unit get thrown into what's it called? One of the other units, rather than as their own independent. They're folded into the 4th Army with Kano. Whereas, like on the first day of the battle, they were on their own. They were behind the lines waiting to strike. Whatever they were told, but everybody around them is like, holy shit, it's the Hishin unit. Oh, these are these guys. And even Kano recognizes them. He's like, I'm looking forward to your guys' efforts. You guys better prepare yourself.
Yeah, it's really cool that they're walking through the Chin camp and everyone's like, oh shit. Oh, it's the Hishin unit.
You could see like the shot on page 7, I think it is. Yeah. Oh no, I'm sorry, page 8, and where they're standing and everybody's kind of clearing the way for them and looking at them like, holy shit. And you get the whole crew, all the squad leaders and stuff.
Mm-hmm. All the most important characters, pretty much.
Yeah, like how you just see Kyokai's eyes.
I was just about to say, like, everyone, you could see all their heads, and Kyokai's eyes are just popping over.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
And you could tell Shin, he's like blushing. He's like, oh shit, this is what it's like to have a little bit of fame, huh?
Oh, that's cute. I didn't even notice the blush on his cheeks.
Mm-hmm. He's all he's happy.
On page 8 of this chapter, after Mobu commences the charge, you get a nice little back shot of Shomo's fucking neck. We get more of Mangoku.
Wait, what page?
Wait, are you talking about page 12?
Page 12, yeah.
You said page 8, and I'm like, none of that's happening on page 8.
My bad.
How about on page 10 at the bottom? It says the one who would ignite the beginning of the 4th day's battle. ... Turn the page. Was of course this man, Mobu.
Yeah, because like who the fuck else is gonna start just charge? You know.
I like that it's what you said on page 10, and it's just like his fucking baton
mace.
Yeah.
What the hell would you? Is that like a mace? I guess you would call that.
I don't know what the hell to call this thing. It's a hold on. You just keep talking, and I'll figure out what it is.
Okay.
Thicker than a branch, but not quite a log.
It's just a hunk of metal. Couldn't be called a sword.
That's what I was literally going to look up. Massive, thick, heavy, and far too rough. It was much too big to be a sword. Indeed, it was like a heap of raw iron forged by the blacksmith Godo. Dragon Slayer was created when a king commissioned all the local blacksmiths to make a blade, I just called a mace, that could slay a dragon.
Nice.
So I think we've decided on mace.
Yeah, it sounds like it. So Mobu starts the charge, then it's Rokuomi, then all the other armies advance, and the Xiao's like, what the hell is going on? And at the second to last page, on page 16, you get to see, I fucking love this page, where the entire Chin forces are charging up in there, and it's what's his face? God, what's his fucking name?
Chosu?
Chosu.
Yeah, I think it's Chosu. Looking up from the top of the mountain at the Chin forces running at them. Then there's like this kind of like on the last page, it's like, you'll suffer a fatal wound if this fails, Oki. And Oki's, but it won't fail.
Because he knows what he's saying.
Yeah, he knows what he's thinking.
Oki is able to look miles into a battle and look directly at a commander and talk to them through telepathy.
Yep. That's just one of the senses of a great general.
Like when Fuki was about to be taken by the Hishin unit, and he looks over and sees Oki staring at him, going "Nufu" as he's about to die. That's the last thing you see before you die, is a Nufu.
Yeah, even though Shin took his head. His last and the next chapter, we get another pretty dope spread. I mean, like it's Shin and the Hishin units running. And Shin's thinking like, this is pretty great, but like, what are they thinking? Like, what could they be thinking watching us run at them?
Right.
And that's like, it shows like I'm guessing that's Mobu's army who hits them first, running into their lines. And then Choso's thinking to himself like, we should be on the offensive, but already on the 4th day, like this is Oki's defensive battle. Like, what the hell? We get a few shots of Mobu stomping over people. We get Shomo, sorry. I keep getting their fucking names mixed up. Shomo slicing up some people. I actually really like this on page 4. His weapon is awesome. It's just really cool.
On page 4.
He's just chopping dudes up.
Yeah. Yeah, you got the four heads just shink, shink, shink.
On page 6,
dude, page 6.
We got Rimbo fucking saying what we're all thinking.
I wrote in my notes, absolute savage.
Yeah, dude. Fucking great.
Yeah, page 5 and 6 I have written down as insults. Just
go
ahead.
No, I mean I was just gonna say, like, he pisses him off so bad he gets a grand total of 3 ruffles in his neck, which is, I think, so far the greatest, because at the top of this panel you can see he's like a little bit more relaxed. He's only got like 1 natural line on his neck fat, but then he calls him a pig and he's just like
He hits him with the Omae Shindaru. You're already dead.
Yeah. So in this chapter, they start fighting, and they get to, back in the forest. They show that the Zhao already set up like in their HQ on the mountains. Like it's basically a fortress. And Kano's army has to, run up this mountain in the forest. But which that includes obviously the Hishin unit. And we get more of Choso thinking, just in 4 days after our first engagement, we're the ones whose headquarters are at risk. Fuki died on the first day. We laid out a new plan, but that was, countered by what Oki's doing right now. And I love this page too, because I like Choso a lot. On page 12, he's like, he understands, like he gets it, like he knows Oki's just totally out of his league. He says as much. But we get a little bit of, foreshadowing where he's like, no, not yet. And in this chapter, the Zhao starts to move their headquarters back into the mountains. So they're gonna, they have to become victorious at any cost. And so he gives the order to move the headquarters back, and everybody on the battlefield's like, huh? Really? Like what? The only one that kind of understands that there's like an ulterior motive to all this is Kosun Ryu, of all-rounder Kosun Ryu.
Of course, all-rounder. I like on page 14 we get a really nice scenery shot.
On 14, yeah, of the mountains.
Yeah, the mountains, all the trees and such.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. So like something lurks in that soup, right? Something's out there.
Love the soup.
And at the end of this chapter, we get to see Riboku, who is the man. Yeah. One of my favorite characters.
He is a boy.
Jesse, I can't wait for you to read the rest of this arc, because do you know anything? You obviously don't know anything. What do you think is going to happen with this guy, Riboku?
All right. I don't know if this is like too obvious of a speculation, but I feel like he's a strategist for the Zhao.
Okay.
And also, this person with him
is
definitely a girl that everybody thinks is a guy. For
the
10th time this series.
Well, I'm pretty sure Kaine. I don't think anybody thinks that Kaine is a guy. I'm pretty sure everybody recognizes that she's a woman.
Okay.
Miraculously, somehow they figured this one out.
Yeah, we only see them like a couple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did give her a name. It's Kaine,
I think it is.
Kaine. Okay.
I'm sure if she was wearing a hat, everybody would be like, "Oh, you've got a penis." But
right. We don't really get a lot of Riboku yet.
No.
He mucks around with the other strategists of the Chin.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
He hangs out. He's just like, "Hey guys, how are you?"
I guess he maybe is from another state completely.
Well, you'll just have to find out, buddy.
You'll find out. You'll find out.
Yeah.
But your thinking is on the right track.
So moving forward onto the next chapter, is there anything else you guys wanted to mention about this one, or?
All I want to say is Riboku. Just damn it, Riboku.
dude, one of the best characters.
I know.
Man.
I want to love him so much, but I can't bring myself to do it.
I get why you don't, but I fucking do. I think he's
Yeah.
like one of the most nuanced. Like he's got some of the best motivations in the series. Yeah, we can't say anything else before it gets too fucking spoilery for Jesse.
Right, can't give too much to Jesse.
Yeah. So in the next chapter, what's this guy's name? Shosa, right?
Yeah. Go for it.
Yeah, he's always got that smile on his face that I love. Like no matter what. But yeah, this
like chapter. That's like the one thing I was able to point out when you forced me to be the host last time.
Yeah, that he's always smiling.
For like half a chapter.
Yeah, and then Jesse was like, "This is hard. Adam, you do it."
Well, I've never read this series. I didn't have any notes.
Oh, right.
I'm not the host over here. Listen. If you want to do a podcast about McChickens versus McDoubles, I can talk about that all day. Okay?
All right,
Maybe
I'm
we will. Maybe we will.
I'm down. Let's do it. New podcast coming out next week. McChickens versus McDoubles.
McDummies.
But this chapter starts off with the Hishin unit coming in clutch as fucking always. Ryusen being the boy, smashing up these gates and stuff, or these fences rather.
With a wooden club. He's the starting character from Dark Souls.
Yeah, dude.
Big naked fuck with a club.
But as soon as they break through these lines, like the Zhao start retreating and they're just letting them take the hills and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We get, Riboku goes up to the observers, Karyoten and Moki, and he's like, "Hey guys, how are you? What's up? How are you doing?" And some of the people of the Hishin unit are like, "Guys, the enemy headquarters, we've won! We've won!" But what's his face? That's not Dene, is it? No. God damn it.
What page?
With like the white hair, the spiky hair.
Yeah, it's page 7.
What's his name?
That's Dene.
It is Dene.
That guy's Dene, and the other one has a different name.
He's like, God, don't be a fucking idiot. Like they're obviously retreating. Like they moved their headquarters. So they mentioned in the next page that like they're going back to a mountainous region where there's only limited areas where you can deploy armies of tens of thousands. If we are able to get like a high ground, we'll be able to see exactly what they're doing. But the Zhao are definitely aware of that as well. Then we have a little bit of flashback to last night where it shows Oki giving instructions to Mobu about what to do if the Zhao fall back into the mountains. And he's basically putting his trust into Mobu to make the right decision when the time comes, with the stipulation that they don't chase them past the point where they can see from the Zhao headquarters.
Right.
So like from where they're standing, not farther past that, because otherwise it's just going to become a lurky soup. Choso is saying, that as I thought they're coming after us, it would be the right decision. I would do the same thing, but they're stepping into a trap. And it shows Riboku talking, "Oh yeah, everybody's already headed off to the other mountain. We can't see shit from here." Damn it, that was quick. But the Chin strategists are like, "What the fuck are you guys doing here? This is a battlefield. Like, what the fuck are you trying to pull?" I think on page 15, I really like. I thought this was really funny where To shushes the herald or whatever that is, one of the officers.
Yeah, the message carrier or whatever.
Yeah, he's like, "Oh, we finished preparations for locations," but Oki's like deep in thought because he notices he knows something's fishy about this, and To is obviously he knows too because Oki's always gonna go for it and be decisive with his actions, but he's taking a second to think and he just shushes this guy. I really like that. I thought that was really funny. And Oki makes the connection like, "Hey, is there another strategist in Zhao?" And he asks To, like, "Is there another one that we have to worry about? And Toa's like, I don't think so. And he makes the decision to, if that's the case, then he's just going to have to flush out the Zhao commander by himself. But at the end of this chapter, it says, the distance between the two armies, commanders and chiefs, have shrunken in one great leap, which is some pretty crazy foreshadowing. On this next chapter, I don't think we've mentioned it before, but what the fuck is up with Kyokai's elf ears? Because it starts off this chapter 137 with a shot of Kyokai just standing there, and we've seen her ears before, but like she's definitely got like elf ears. What's up with that? Do you guys know? Do they like?
Yeah,
is that like a thing?
She's an elf.
Like a Lord of the Rings elf, or is she like an elf on a shelf, or like a Keebler elf? Or like what? What's going on?
She's a Keebler elf.
Yeah, I think she makes cookies.
Is that why she's so short?
Yeah, it's why she's short. It's why she has the breathing power. All Keebler elves are able to do the dance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's how they apply the fudge.
Right.
Fudge, 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 fudge. Oh man. So this chapter starts off with a little bit of rumination from Oki, where he's thinking like, everybody was waiting for Oki, and he's like, good job, guys. You already finished setting up. That's dope. What's it called? He thinks about a few years ago when he's thinking that Hoken's become cautious, and we see a shot on page 4 of Oki and Hoken when they fought previously. But he knows that he mentions that Hoken's not going to be able to fight him just by hiding in the shadows. Then it shows Bihei's being a little bitch, thinks that this fucking little bird is fucking the entire Zhao army for some reason.
What page? What page is that?
On page 5.
Oh yeah, 5 and 6.
Yeah, page 5 and 6.
Okay.
Where he's like, there they come, it's the Zhao army, and it's a fucking single bird flying out of a bush.
The entire squad's ready to fucking kill this bird too.
Yeah, they're all behind them, like ready to go.
It's also like the first time we get to see. We don't. First time we get a little bit more into the Blue Mountain tribe as well.
Yeah, with Seki.
Yeah, with Seki.
So the Blue Mountain tribes are dudes that joined up in the Hishin unit to fight with Shin, and they're leading them through these mountains and like scouting ahead and making sure that everything's all clear, as with Kyokai is as well. But the Blue Mountain tribes, like, this mountain's bad juju, yo. Like they're talking to themselves and they're like, this is some fucking bad juju. Also in this chapter, well, before I get to what I was going to say, Riboku convinces the Chin strategist to like, yeah, we're all just observers here. Let's like join up together. There's another castle up ahead where we can watch the battle. But the main reason I want to do this is because you guys have carriages and we fucking hitched our horses like way too far away. And they do. They all get together and they all observing everything and
under one condition.
Oh yeah, where they hand over their swords to the Chin strategist, and Kaine's like, "What the fuck? What?"
Yeah, she's like, I don't want to do that. These are my goddamn swords.
Kaine's also a really good character. I like her too.
Yeah, I like Kaine. I like the other kid that we'll eventually find out about.
So in this chapter, they're all camping and they're talking about like their homes and stuff, and like all their children. Taku apparently has had his 6th kid now, which is pretty nuts. Taku definitely he lays down some pipe.
Oh, he's laying that pipe.
And Kyokai is watching them and just thinking like, she doesn't really have a place, Sometimes when it's there, she finds it hard to breathe, but she's walking away. But Shin's like, he stops her, and he asks her like, "What's the matter?" And she says like, everybody has a place to return to, but I have, my own motivations. I don't have a place to return to. But Shin's like, yeah, revenge is important, but once you're done with revenge, like you still have a full life ahead of you. And the place that you have to return to is the fucking Hishin unit, you idiot. Quit moping around. And I think that really like rings with Kyokai. I think that makes her feel a lot better.
Right. And then Shin falls down the mountain.
Yeah. Yeah. But at the end of this chapter, Kyokai has like a, what is this? What is this present kind of deal?
Right.
And Hoken shows up at the edge of the camp. Really cool shot of Hoken on page 18 there.
Mm-hmm.
Was there anything I missed that you guys wanted to talk about in this chapter?
No, I have page 18. Hoken shows up. That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Not really much goes on in this chapter. It's really just them setting up their camp for the night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they're,
Yeah, just one small thing is that Bihei says that he's going to marry Toby when he gets back, and everyone's like, no one asked.
Yeah. So looking back, like it's clear that this was a bait chapter, where it's like everybody's talking. Yeah, I have a great life outside of this battlefield.
Right.
I've got 6 children. I can't wait to get back to them. And in the next chapter, fucking Hoken just straight up walks up to an army of 22,000 guys and just starts murdering people. Just murdering people.
It's pretty rude of him.
Yeah, it's pretty rude. In this chapter 2, we start to get a little bit about like where Kyokai realizes like, is this a Shiyu? Is that like another Shiyu? But she realizes like, no, it can't be, because like it's a little bit different. And Hoken's just fucking murdering people left and right and left and right. One thing that I really like in this chapter too is everybody, like, they sound the alarm for an attack, but and the Hishin unit's freaking out, but N actually comes in clutch here, because everybody's freaking out, and he's just like, guys, if they're attacking us, they're going to be fighting with our sentries still. Just grab your weapons and get into formation. And that just shows a little bit about like how N is developing as a character, because he isn't obviously top of the food chain, but he's like third in command, I would say.
Yeah,
out of all, like,
I would even put him at second in command.
Well, no, Kyokai is the lieutenant, right?
Yeah,
they're
but so
both
is Zen.
lieutenant.
Yeah, they're both lieutenants.
Okay. Well, yeah, because Kyokai is more of like a just kills people kind of lieutenant, right, where N's more of a like a rallying commanding officer kind of deal.
Yeah, he's more vocal. He's more of a people person.
Yeah, but I really like this moment from N on page 6, where he kind of rallies the people. He's like, guys, chill out, like, you're good. And then Shin goes over to see what's going on. He's like, there's no fucking army. Like, all these dead bodies and shit, but like nobody else is there. And he speaks to this, this guy, this one random soldier, who's like, oh yeah, there's just one dude. One guy's killed all these dudes. He ran over that way. Which is the same direction as where the Hishin unit is. And they're all in formation, and they're like, oh, what happened? Like, everything's gone quiet. Like, maybe it was a mistake, yada, yada. But they look up, and Hoken's at the top of the hill, and he's just fucking killing people. And Hoken walks right up to the Hishin unit, and in this chapter, we lose a few of the original members. And I don't know if you guys noticed on page 14, but you can see the slice marks across these guys.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I don't know if you guys noticed that before.
Sanka and the rest of them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think I noticed that the first time I read this.
Yeah, I don't think I did either.
Page 12, we get a really cool full spread as well of Hoken like appearing before them.
Yeah, that is a pretty great shot. I guess he like just jumped down or something.
Yeah, so if you look on page 11,
yeah,
you can see he was up above them killing everybody, and then he fucking sprints or jumps down this cliffside and appears right in front of them, and then every single member of the Hishin's like shitting themselves at his presence.
Yeah, because I mean, these guys are like, they were portrayed as like super massive. These were like the thugs in the first campaign, and they were like super tall and shit.
Right.
But he just like towers over them.
Yeah, it's really funny too because on page 14 you could see the three guys, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you see Denyu, you see Chutetsu's heads just like
Yeah.
above everybody else.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And they're like barely even. They're like 4 heads smaller than he is.
Right.
But yeah, Sanka and the others, they just get fucking murked.
I had it coming.
No, don't say that. I'm actually really sad we didn't get to see more of these guys because they're pretty cool characters.
They were really cool characters.
Some of the OGs.
Have you guys seen Cool Runnings?
The Jamaican bobsledding movie?
Yeah, not in like
John
almost
Candy.
20 years.
Yeah, John Candy. Yeah, I mean, probably when I've seen it a few times.
Sanka, you dead, man? Yeah, man. All right, you can go pee now.
Wow, that's something I haven't thought about in a long time.
Thanks, Jesse.
Like John Candy's good shit.
Yeah, I like Uncle Buck.
He's dead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He died in the 90s.
But Uncle Buck was a good movie, especially the scene when he's flipping pancakes with the snow shovel.
Shovel?
Yeah.
Yeah. Planes, trains, automobiles. Anyway.
So for this next chapter, the first thing I have written down is Calamity Hoken, like Calamity Ganon, you know?
Nice.
Yeah, nice.
Because
it's called Natural Calamity.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah. Hoken's character design is all about his hair, like the way his hair is constantly moving around.
That's because it's so powerful. His hair just can't sit still. The aura is pushing his hair. And he never has fucking pupils. He's always got these whites.
Except on page 3.
No, don't look at page 3.
We don't talk about page 3.
I really like how at this part he's like, I am a calamity of the heavens. All of you who stand before me here are simply unfortunate. And he just kills him. Just kills him. He kills Yugi, kills Ho. Basically like half of the fucking Hishun units, squad commanders and stuff. And
it's as if when he swings his glaive, it produces heads.
Yeah,
it
right.
Produces a river of heads.
Page 6 doesn't make any sense.
Oh, yeah, the movement is pretty weird.
What is his arm do? Is he spinning in the air with his body, with his arm, or did he just like Peter Griffin fell from really high and now his arm and leg is all fucked up?
I don't know, honestly. That does look pretty fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Like,
I noticed that.
I'm doing it. I'm trying to pretend like I'm in this position. Well, how would you even swing and kill people after this?
I'm guessing he swung from starting with the glaive from on his right. He just swung it around his head.
Oh, I guess he's.
I don't know.
I guess it ends up like that. It's just weird. I think. I don't know.
Yeah, it's drawn pretty dumbly.
I guess he wanted to like still. I don't know. I don't fucking know. He's just killing. He's murking people.
Kingdom is bad.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, it's not. It's great. Shut up, Jesse.
Yeah, this shit is amazing. Shut the fuck up, Jesse. You're kicked out of the podcast.
Finally, someone said it.
So, this chapter makes a point where, you either stand and died, or you don't even stand and you die, or you run away, or whatever, and nobody else can do anything against this fucking guy, except Shin, who pops up in page 10. And this chapter really kind of shows some of Shin's excellence and how he's awesome.
Once again, saving Bihei. Literally, look at Bihei.
Yeah, he's about to get fucking killed. But Shin comes to the rescue, as per usual.
He's like, whoa, where'd you come from?
Shin gets goes a little bit Super Saiyan at this point, where he goes, "You S of a B." what the hell have you done? Looking over at his dead comrades and stuff. But all his dudes are like, Shin, knock it off, fucking go. You can't take this dude. Leave. That doesn't stop Shin. And Shin actually kind of has Hoken out on the back pedal for a tiny, tiny bit. But literally, he goes to strike Hoken and who pushes him away with his glaive.
Yeah.
He just straight up pushes him away on page 15. Yeah, which I thought was a pretty funny moment.
Yes.
It stops his whole momentum and then just like swink, just tosses him.
And Shin's about to die as well. He's about to get killed, but Kyokai comes in, clutch, and shows up. And Hoken comes to the realization, like, oh yeah, I guess you two are the ones that summoned me here. Ooh, I'm getting a spam call.
Yay! Hey, I got one today from Ohio.
Yeah,
mine was podcast.
Mine was from Georgia.
Yeah, ask them if they want to be on the podcast.
Too late. I already hung up on
them. Boo!
Fucking losers. What are you doing calling me from Georgia?
Georgia.
Anyway, yeah, so I guess, Hoken can kind of just naturally tell where the strong are because Shin and Kyokai are there, and he thinks that they're the ones who summon him there. Mm-hmm. And even though there might be kids, he's going to kill them anyway because he's a rat bastard.
A rat bastard.
So in the beginning of the next chapter, comes to the we come to the realization that Hoken didn't even fucking tell the Zhao what was. He just went out by himself and just is doing this without even giving his dudes a warning.
I would have done the same thing.
In this chapter, page 5, we get the "I am the Bushin, Hoken be my name," which is a pretty dope line that gets repeated a few times throughout the series. And everyone's like, Hoken? You mean the fucking commander-in-chief of the enemies we're fighting?
Couldn't it be the same Hoken, right?
Yeah, no way. This isn't the same guy. So, Kyokai comes to the realization that if she can sense the chi in this guy fucking giving off a similar sensation to a Shiyu. And it hasn't stopped since the beginning. So whereas Kyokai can tap into the dance and use her chi, this guy's just constantly using it. Shin's definitely motivated to just start killing this guy. And they go at him together, and there's this pretty awesome action sequence. On where are we? Page 11. They start to go against him, where they have him surrounded, and he's facing Kyokai, and they go to dash at him. But then the next page, he immediately just about faces and is going against Shin. Yeah. I love this page. Looking Shin's face.
I actually wrote in my notes pages 11 through 12, and then I put through 15, and then I put through 18. Fuck it.
This really awesome action sequence. I love it. Denu coming in clutch, or I'm sorry, Dene coming in clutch. Catching Shin.
This is Denu.
It is Denu. God damn it.
Dene is the white-haired guy.
Yeah. Denu coming in clutch, catching Shin. Who knows what would have happened? He probably wouldn't have died anyway, but
he's got plot armor. He can't die.
Yeah, never. But even Kyokai gets knocked away. But this shot where on page 17 to 18, where she gets tossed away like a rag doll,
yeah.
She just uprights herself and lands, is really great. I love that part. It's awesome.
Absolutely.
Where she immediately just goes into her dance.
Yeah, I like that I love the fucking smoke they use around her when she does her dance.
Yeah,
I guess a little bit around her feet.
I guess that's supposed to be like the summoning of the god.
That's true.
I guess. Possible. I don't know for certain.
Or Shin is standing there with the fog machine, like at a concert.
Yeah, we got the Bee brothers in the background with the fog machine.
Yeah, I want to point out too on the this little author's afterword page at the end of this here. He points out that it is now the 4th year of serialization. So
Yeah, in 2009. This came out in 2009. That's fucking wild. So this started in 2005 then.
Yes, sir. Math checks out.
Yeah, 9 minus 4 is 5.
You're so smart. You should be taking my exams for
all
me.
right. No, all right. Let's talk about it. It started in January of 2006. We talked about that on the first episode, I think.
No.
And it says here it's entered the 4th year, meaning it's been like 3 full years.
Gotcha.
So I think that's
Evan, you are no longer taking my exams for me. Your math does not check out.
Listen, I thought otherwise, man. What can I say?
Oh yeah, but he also says that Riboku and Kaine come from a one shot he did.
Yeah, like they were originally going to be the main characters, but he decided to focus on Shin, which is cool. I mean, I would love it if Riboku and Kaine were the main characters. Don't fucking read the one shots, Jesse. Do not do it. You will get spoiled. Don't do it.
Oh, okay. I did
Don't
not
do it.
I promise you will, because they both came out before Kingdom was serialized, and it's like way farther out in the future, like even farther than where it's at currently, on chapter 600 fucking something.
Huh. Interesting.
So don't do it. You're not gonna. You might enjoy it, but it's not gonna be good for your read through purposes. So moving forward, chapter 141 starts off a new volume. It starts off with the Hishin unit and fucking Shomo. Why did they have to put this guy on the front?
With a lot of rolls.
Well, I think it's on the back, but yeah.
Oh, yes. Yeah. This is a really cool cover, though.
Yeah, I mean, somewhat.
What do you mean, somewhat? You don't like the cover?
I like the cover, but I don't like fucking Shomo.
You literally wanted him and his gigantic saucer nipples to be the cover page or the thumbnail for our friggin' podcast episode. What are you even saying right now?
That doesn't mean that I fucking like his character design.
Yes, you do. You love his character design.
It just means shut the fuck up. It just means that I thought he'd look dumb, so he'd be perfect with a dunce hat on.
I wish we had like one where it was like the tip of his little hair, and I could have put like a little tiny dunce cap like right at the tip of his hair.
Oh yeah.
And
that's a good idea.
Maybe like 2 dunce caps on the ears of his horse.
Well, the one we have now is pretty great, I have to say. So maybe next time. But we'll have to see.
Yeah, we can start doing more goofy ones.
So yeah, this is the start of the next volume, chapter 141.
Whoa.
So this chapter starts off with a flashback where Kyokai is talking with her sister about the Bushin, how they're legendary, and Kyokai's like, oh yeah, you'd be able to fight one because you can dance for super long, but her sister's like, no. Since they can basically do it whenever for as long as they want, the length isn't going to be what's going to defeat them. It's going to be depth, and Kyokai can dance deeper than anybody basically ever. So Kyokai is the best equipped to fight the Bushin. Page 11 is an awesome page. Kyokai's like, let's dance Ryokusui, which is their sword. And it has more of the fog machine underneath her.
Yeah, this page is phenomenal, actually. It's fucking awesome looking.
Yeah, dude. I love it.
You get cool ass action shot of Kyokai and final boss Hoken.
Oki in this chapter as well is right as usual. Because they're getting reports of like one person showing up, and Oki's like, yeah, that sounds like Hoken. But there's only so much they can do. They can't, commit their base troops on mere speculation alone. Then they have to have faith in their comrades that they can hold off whatever's coming to them. And then the next page after that, Kyokai is fighting Hoken, and who comes pretty close to slashing his neck.
Real close.
Real damn close. I don't think Hoken was expecting that.
Yeah, even Hoken's a little taken back by it.
And the Hishin unit's like watching, and they're like, "What the fuck is going on? Like, what is going on with Kyokai? Is that even swordsmanship? It's more like that he's dancing."
Dancing.
He's dancing.
I like on page 15, you get 4 panels, and the middle panel is Kyokai's eyes like really wide, and then the bottom right panel is Hoken's like, grin.
Yeah, he's like gritting his teeth.
I picture that as like one face where it's like Kyokai's eyes and nose.
We could probably figure that out.
I'm sure I can edit it and do that.
Oh god, that's gonna be so creepy.
Yeah.
So this chapter, Hoken realizes what Kyokai is, where she's one of the quote unquote god summoners. And he says, between the one who summons a violent god and one who hosts a violent god, let's use the rightful chosen warrior of the heavens. And Hoken's like super pumped to fight against Kyokai, who's just going deeper and deeper and deeper into her dance.
His dance.
Yeah, because we're still not sure that Kyokai's a girl yet.
Right. And Kyokai actually manages to cut Hoken up a little bit. And she says, let us finish it. This dance has reached its deepest depths. So Kyokai is at the very limits of what she can do, but Hoken still blocks her and just completely fucks her up. Which is sad, because this is as far as Kyokai's ever gone, but it still isn't enough. I actually, on the last page of this chapter is really awesome, where he's got this like smug smirk on his face, and as he blocks her fucking sword.
It's a cool way to block, though.
Mm-hmm.
And again, no pupils, just the whites, and then the one pupil.
He's only got one pupil and his one left eye.
We don't talk about that pupil.
It bounces between the two eyes depending on which side is drawn.
So, that's the end of that chapter. And the next chapter, the first few pages are more of the same, where Kyokai's, Hoken's like, oh yeah, you think you're the only one who can read an opponent's moves, you fucking idiot. Kyokai's keeps slashing him, cutting around him and stuff like that. But it's only so much that Kyokai can do. And Hoki even says like, oh yeah, this is the first time in a very long time where he's met a foe capable of blooding him. And even if it were for an instant, that sensation of being at death's door, truly you are the first since those two from 9 years ago, which is obviously a reference to Oki and the other general.
Kyo.
And Kyo, yeah.
Because Kyo and Kyokai have the same fucking name.
Yeah. Oh, hi, Boo.
Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, she just walked up to me and started meowing.
Oh,
so just because he met Shin and Kyokai, he's saying like, oh yeah, you made this trip worthwhile. And at this point, Kyokai's breath is basically out. She can't fight any longer. And she's telling like, oh yeah, guys, leave. You got to go. And on page 10, Hoken just slashes like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 dudes in a row. And he's like, nope, none of you are allowed to leave. You're all going to be watching this shit until it ends.
A single person is allowed to leave, except everybody else that I didn't cut. You guys can leave.
He's such a dickhead, man. He's such an asshole. I fucking hate this guy.
But he's so strong.
Yeah, but he's a fucking cock ass, man. What can I say?
What a cock ass. Right, Zoe? And then, what a cock ass.
So Kano realizes that there's only a single enemy. It's definitely just one. Since it's just one guy, it's definitely got to be Hoken, because I guess he knows the story. I guess he was with Oki back in the day. So he's like, oh, we gotta go there because if they're able to take him out, then that's going to bring the entire battle to a close. I mean, they were even mentioning, the Zhao were even saying that one of the main reasons their army is able to stay cohesive is because the morale that they get from having a 3 great heavens, such as Hoken, is like pretty serious.
Right.
But before Kano can go over there, fucking Mangoku, another asshole, shows up and attacks Kano's camp. And he says, kill them all. These mongrels of Jin have a good long taste. How deep Zhao's mouth towards Jin runs.
He's really about having long tastes, isn't he?
He does like the taste of things.
Yeah. I don't know if that's like I don't know if that was intentional or not. Where they have the same line. I mean, it was definitely intentional that I read it, because it was just basically the same exact line as last time.
Call
back to last episode. Everybody that listened, we actually got a comment about that and how that made someone have a few goofs and a few gaffes. So we appreciate that comment. Appreciate all the comments. Keep them coming. We love you guys.
Yeah.
And girls.
Yeah, and any binary people.
Yeah.
We love everybody that enjoys our podcast.
Yeah, anybody who doesn't can fuck right off.
Fucking kill yourself, idiot.
No, don't do it.
Have a taste of all of it.
Have a taste of our malice, you non-listener mongrels.
Yeah, they'll never hear us anyway.
Right. Until they start listening and they're like, hey, I used to be that.
Hey, I used to be a not listener. So stupid. That was truly kingdom.
We are Kingdummies.
So chapter 143. This chapter is basically about a lot of it talks about how the terrain of the mountains is really coming into play, because everybody knows something's going on, but nobody knows exactly where everybody else is, even on either side of the battle.
Right.
So they can't really do shit
I just thought
to help.
Of this. It's like a lurky soup.
Actually, what I said before about something lurks in that soup is a quote from the Battle of Jutland in World War One, where the German Navy went into it was like the one battle of the Navy in the World War One, and the Germans should not have gone into this murky fog, but the guy even said something lurks in that soup, and they got their shit kicked in. So, fun little fact, something lurks in that soup.
That was based on this kingdom story, it seems.
Yeah, the German Navy was a big fan of Yasuhisa Hara's Kingdom manga.
Yeah, little known fact.
Little known fact.
For all you history buffs out there.
So basically, this chapter has a lot to do with how nobody knows what the fuck is exactly going on. No one can say exactly what will happen in the course of the battle, especially when they're in terrain like this. That goes for the Zhao and also for the Qin. Hoken shows up, and he's like to try to help, or I'm sorry, Mangoku shows up to try to help Hoken.
Oh, hold on. Page 6.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to point out, you get a nice little overview of what's actually happening in the mountains.
Right.
As it is kind of hard to tell that everyone's so split up. So we just get to see, who's where, how far away everybody is, where the HQs are. Figured, point that all out. We could see where.
Yeah, that's the soup we were talking about.
Yeah, well, we could see where Shomu is, when his neck rolls.
He doesn't fit in the fucking square.
Right. His whole fucking head doesn't fit in the square.
That's pretty impressive that you're so fat that the author can't even. I wonder if they like thought like, should I change the size of these squares for Shomo, or like, I already drew all of them.
Guess I'm just gonna have to put what I can in it. Also on So yeah, you were saying Mangoku, but on page 12, something that I wanted to point out before that I didn't really get to say anything about, but this is like the first time we get like a real close up of the Oki boy Kano, and it's not just him. All of them have this. They have this like eyeball on their helmet.
Yeah. I think that's an O family thing.
Okay. Interesting. I it's like I've seen him. I've seen all the Oki boys a bunch, and even before I got to this point, I had never really noticed it, and then I saw it, and I was like, it's like a fucking eyeball. I mean, it's probably not even meant to. It might not even be meant to be an eyeball. It might just be like a circlet in the center of the helmet, but
I think it is meant to be an eyeball.
Okay.
Because Jesse, close your ears for a second. No, don't actually do that. I'm not going to say it because
I was like, how am I gonna know when to come back in?
There's a character later on, another member of the O family, who has something similar to that.
I know you're talking
about. I think that's supposed to be intentional.
Okay.
So yeah,
it was interesting.
Mangoku shows up to help Hoken out, and I don't think Hoken's really happy about that. Kano shows up to save the day, like on page 12, like you were saying, where they, he tells the Hishin unit to get back, and they have the crossbow unit to show up.
This fucking part.
Yeah, dude, what the fuck is going on with his glaive right there?
Okay, hold on. So page 13, all the crossbows shoot at him, right?
Yeah.
Now at the bottom left corner of page 13, that sets it up. Just see what he does. He grabs two.
We call that the scoop maneuver.
It's really weird because I didn't even notice he grabbed two different people for this.
Right, he grabs two people
with the scoop maneuver. Yeah.
And you flip the page, and God, Jesus Christ.
Dude. Okay, I see what's going on here. I didn't even, honestly, I was going to ask you guys, like, what the fuck is he doing? I didn't even realize that. I didn't even see that panel there.
Yeah.
Well, dude, this is the best shit.
I thought it was just one person. It's two different people cut in half.
Yep. Right. Two torsos.
And Hoken, being the Jedi that he is able to deflect or at least stop all the arrows. Just bottom left of page 14. All the arrows are around him. Any ones that would have hit him are in these corpses.
Even Mangoku is like, what the fuck?
Dude, how about Shin's response is my response.
Yeah, even Kano is like what? Yo, Oki, come here. Take a look at this.
Kano looks unimpressed. He's like, God, this again? He did that again? Should have known.
It's just fucking ridiculous, man.
Fucking crazy.
That's
my favorite scene in the whole fucking manga. This sequence of two panels.
It's really up there.
The most ridiculous shit.
Yeah,
we've seen. It's fucking hilarious.
And it's crazy to think about because it's like, okay, nobody's cutting 7 people in half with one fucking swing. But this takes the fucking cake for like, no fucking way would this ever fucking happen ever.
Yeah, you know what's interesting? If you look on page 13, actually, before he scoops up the two bodies, it looks like he's actually just deflecting some arrows with his glaive as it is.
Yes,
he's jumping in the air, spinning it around.
Right.
I buy that more than what he did.
Yeah, I buy that. Right. I would sooner believe he's able to do that than grab 2 fucking corpses and spin them and deflect and block arrows.
Dude, I'm glad we talked about this because, like, I did not even realize that's what he was doing. And I was like, is his glaive made out of, like, plastic? Did he buy this at Spirit Halloween store or something?
Dude, I gotta find out what this katakana means because it's all over this page. I was looking for it before. I couldn't find it, though.
I think it means... So basically, this chapter ends with the Kano army and the Mangoku army charging at each other towards Hoken, and this next chapter basically everything just becomes a giant fucking slugfest. They're all, the Mangaki army runs towards Hoken to defend him. The Kano army goes to kill Hoken. Hoken just, dude, on page 4, how many people does he kill? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 23 dudes he just slices up. And on the next page, Shin's just visibly shooketh. Like he's like, what the fuck am I even looking at?
Yeah, on that page, that middle panel is pretty cool too, because you can see where he starts his slice, and as he goes up, he cuts less and less of the people, but he's still cutting their heads off.
Yeah. It's really amazing. This series is fucking awesome.
Yeah, Hoken is a god of death.
So this entire thing is just turned into a giant fucking slugfest, and even Denyu mentions it. Like things have really turned into a mess, huh?
Like this has really gotten out of hand, guys.
That escalated quickly.
It's from the I Think You Should Leave episode with the baby of the year. Oh man, you can fuck this whole thing up.
Anybody listening to this, by the way, should fucking stop listening to us and go to Netflix and watch I Think You Should Leave, because that shit is maybe some of the funniest shit that's happened in a long time.
That might be my favorite skit show. They need a season 2. That is so
well, I think
funny.
they were gonna make it, but COVID, right?
I'm sure.
Yes, that's what I've heard.
Oh, Boo, are you okay?
It is the best.
Yeah. Oh man, you go fuck this whole thing up. Dude. Episode 1, like if episode 1 doesn't sell you on it, because that might be the best episode, then just don't watch the rest of it.
Has this ever happened to you?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, I don't know. I think I like the one with the bones are their money. The bones are their dollars.
So the guy from the skit, where he's like honking at him. He's like, "Your sticker, it says honk if you're horny. I thought you were in business for guys who are so horny their stomach hurts." That guy is the guy who did the YouTube video of the guy riding a lawnmower, pointing a revolver at a cop car and going, "I have the power of God."
Oh my God, that's him.
That's the same guy. He has his own YouTube where he does stupid shit like that.
That sketch ends when he goes up to the funeral and he just starts singing Friday night.
I'm thinking that we just might. Yeah, it's his like mother's funeral.
Yeah, I love you, Mom.
Yeah, I love you, Mom.
All right. Anyway, we're on chapter 144. Most of this chapter is just fucking people murdering each other. Hoken killing people. The Hisshin unit split up at the beginning of the chapter, but by the end of it, they all are managed to coalesce, and they come up with the plan. Shin has a "if it bleeds, we can kill it" moment, where he's on page 12. So, if he can die from our blows, if he can die from our blows, then he's defeatable. Nice little Predator reference.
Yeah, I like
in case
that.
Anybody doesn't know what
Dylan, you son of a bitch.
Dylan. Oh, dude. Hell yeah.
So they come up with a plan. They're like, we gotta kill Hoken. We gotta do it. So they come up with their plan and they go out to do it. And that's basically that for that chapter. I mean, there's a decent amount of dialogue, but a lot of it is just fucking people murdering each other, which is that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
Page 15 of this chapter.
Mm-hmm.
Ryusen's neck.
Dude, if he looked up if he looked up to the sky and we saw his chin, that would be a really nice, thick, meaty cock.
Yeah, I just wanted to point that out.
Yeah, I mean, at least it's fucking muscular and not like some of the other chins we've seen in this fucking arc. All right. Anyway.
Yeah, like the one dude that I drew for everybody so they could understand what I meant.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, chapter 145 starts off back in Johto Village, where our main character starts off with a Totodile.
Totodile?
Yeah, because in Generation 2, the area was called Johto.
Yeah, okay. Not spelled the same though.
No, but it's said the same.
I guess. I was looking for like a little creature or something on this page, and I was like, "What the fuck is he saying?"
There's a Totodile?
No, I thought you were
How
like
is that?
maybe
How
pointing
is
out
that
to some like
Johto spelled? Sorry.
Johto.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Still the best gen.
Gen 2's best gen for sure.
So it
Do you
shows.
think that we'll get a Let's Go treatment of the second gen?
I don't want it to. I liked Let's Go, but I don't want it to.
No, I kind of wanted to. I would rather rather than a Let's Go, I would rather they did that just as like a regular game. You know what I mean? Because maybe
like
not
without the catching mechanics.
Maybe like in the style of Sword and Shield, but without like the wild area.
Gotcha. I just want them to take. I mean, we already had Heart Gold and Soul Silver, but I would imagine we're gonna start getting more remakes for the consoles. But like, they still have to remake like Gen 4, remake Gen 5, so we might get those before they even go back and do Gen 2. I think the only reason they did Let's Go was to draw in the Pokemon Go people for the new Switch game.
1,000%, 1,000%. That's why they did that.
Right.
And I mean, I Gen 4 and Gen 5, that's when I kind of stopped playing a lot of it until Black and White came out, which was what? That was Gen 5, right? I think I just skipped over Gen 4, honestly.
Black and White were Gen 5 because Gen 6 is X and Y, and Gen 7 was Sun and Moon.
Yeah, the only ones I didn't play. Excuse me. The only ones I didn't play were Gen 4 and Gen 6, which was X and Y.
Damn.
I didn't really finish Gen 7. I hear it's just very slow.
Gen 4 is good as fuck, dog.
Yeah. And also, like, it's a lot of, like, first-gen Pokemon, too, in it, right? Like, way more first-gen than Gen 4 Pokemon.
You can play a fan-made quality of life updated version of Gen 4 that adds the stuff that you're talking about, speeds up the game a little bit. It's also the first gen that they did attack and special split.
Really? I thought they did that in Gen 3 as well.
What's the fan-made game called?
I mean, I don't know off the top of my head. I'm sure there's one out there. I've played it.
But there's probably multiples of them. Like, not too long ago, I played Pokemon Violet, which was a Gen 3, Gen 1 remake, so like a Fire Red remake, which did a lot of that, like, splitting, and that was pretty cool because, like, it started off like you didn't have to choose the 3 starters. You can go into like the Safari Zone area, and you get like either like a Larvitar, or like a Ghastly, or like a Dratini, or whatever. I think I started off with Dratini, which is a shitty Pokemon, so I probably shouldn't have. But anyway, we're getting a little bit off topic here, and we're almost done. So let's just let's get through this. Chapter 145 starts off in Johto Village, where the main character picks up a Totodile, and and we see Toby and Yuri and all the people, Kay and Ko's grandmother and mother praying for them to return. And we get a lot of like, haha, the B brothers, they'll be fine. They're gonna come, they'll be okay. Which is like, as soon as you read this chapter, it's like, all right, one or both of them are gonna die.
Yeah, thanks foreshadowing for just giving that all away.
Yeah, it's like, come on.
And like after they say that too, the next panel starts with them showing both of them, the B brothers.
Right. And Shin too.
Yeah, but who cares?
But yeah, and Shin's not gonna die. But this chapter is the team attack where they surround Hoken on 3 sides and they throw their spears at him at the same time, and they almost get him. Seki, the Blue Mountain tribeman, on his whistle, all three groups will make a beeline for Hoken, and they throw all their spears at them at the same time as hard as they can. He somehow blocks all of them, and he actually deflects a lot of them into back right at them, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah. I'll say too that we also see Mangoku and Kan-O are going at it.
Yeah, they're fighting each other. Kan-O tried to get to Hoken, but Mangoku intercepted him.
Yeah. So as he's getting distracted by these spears thrown at him, Shin's going to close in on him. But you know what the thing is? This whole chapter reminded me of Sherlock Holmes, the movie with what's his face?
Will Ferrell.
Robert Downey Jr.
Oh yeah.
God, Will Ferrell.
I was thinking I was like, what's his fucking name? RDJ is his initials. Ronnie Dames Geo? No.
Run the jewels? No.
But you know how like in Sherlock Holmes he's like, jab, discombobulate with the jaw, block, he's gonna throw a block. But no, I'm gonna discombobulate, you know. But that's what this whole chapter is like, where it's like attack from 3 directions, but it's not enough. He's gonna not notice me, but no, he will notice me, and he's gonna swing with his dominant hand. And Shin actually gets a good cut on him. Like he actually nails him like pretty hard, and he dodges Hoken's attack and slashes him. And on page 3 of chapter 146, we get a shot of Hoken getting slashed, but it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, can I say real quick on 145 still, page 17, I really like the use of negative space on the top panel, where like his glaive blade isn't actually drawn.
Oh, yeah, it's pretty cool.
The white.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, I like that. It's almost like he's got a lightsaber. And for all intents and purposes, he might as well have a fucking lightsaber. He's just slashing through everything.
He'd be a Sith, man, because the Jedis are fucking incompetent idiots.
Well, Hoken's a little bit fucking stupid.
Yeah, but he's not fucking incompetent idiots like the goddamn Jedi are. Losers.
Fucking idiots. I cheer for the Sith. No, I don't.
Yeah, I loved it when they killed all those kids. Hell yeah. That was fun to watch.
Evan, did you say page 4 though?
Yeah, page 4 of chapter 146 is the reaction to Hoken getting cut. Mangoku's shocked, Kano's shocked, the entire Heishin unit's shocked. And it goes, that didn't work. So it didn't cut to his bone, but it cut his flesh. And Shin's about to strike again, but Hoken hits him with the butt of his glaive. And he has a moment where he spits up blood and everything. He's about to die again, but Kyokai distracts him and gets knocked out of the way by Hoken, as per usual. So they failed. And fucking this asshole Mangoku uses this as a distraction to stab Kano through the heart, which really sucks.
Yeah.
Hoken's gonna try to kill Shin again. And he's like, you really fucking hit me good. You've done well, and like compliments Shin on stabbing him. But right before he's about to kill Shin, the B brothers and Taku come in clutch with the shields.
Dude, their faces.
Yeah. Toe's fucking face, it's like Luffy's reaction face in One Piece almost.
Yeah.
Whatever that reaction face is called.
Yeah.
In my notes, I just have page 13 with a little crying emoji. I thought it was so great when they showed up to save Shin like that.
Yeah,
and they just
honestly,
kept tossed the fuck around.
Yeah, they do it like multiple times too. Like he keeps swinging at him, and like, Bihei's like slashed up. Taku's fingers are all smashed in different directions, but it doesn't matter.
Broken.
But they're still protecting Shin, which is pretty great.
Dude, Taku's fucking fingers.
Yeah, I know. It's gross as hell. Yeah. There's not much that gets to me. Like, we can watch people getting their head sliced off and all, but like broken bones and shit, that just
Yeah.
that gives me like goosebumps, you
I think
know.
it's because I've never. I mean, I had a fracture on my wrist once, but like I've never like broken something like that. That skeeves me out.
Yeah, neither have I. Um, ugh, I just don't want to. I don't even think about it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, fucking. The rest of the units, like, you guys are fucking awesome. Get Shin out of here. Also, at the end of this chapter, there's a little bit of a typo. The he/she unit, they call themselves.
He/she unit, we're retreating.
He, she.
And then
Mr. He and Mrs. She.
Oh yeah.
nice. So next chapter starts off Mangoku's taking his sword out of Kano's back, like the little fucking pussy bastard he is. And he's like, he Shin unit. So they're the ones that killed Fuki. The he Shin unit. Brush your goddamn teeth, Mangoku. You fucking asshole.
Hey, you dirty fucking Zhao dog.
So unfortunately, it turns into a kind of like a one-sided slaughter after Kano dies, and the Hishin unit fucking busts out of there. But Mangoku himself takes command of a bunch of cavalry and chases them down. And like they chase them throughout the mountains. And the Hishin unit the entire time's like trying to like take stock, like, you know, Sugen's unit's fine, but Ryusen's unit's basically done. Shosa's units, there's him and one other guy still. So they're trying to,
Shosha's still smiling though.
Yeah, he's always got that smirk.
Just barely, but he's doing it.
And they're, reflecting, like, some of them are like, "What the fuck? Why did it turn out like this?" And Dene's like, "Shut the fuck up, quit bitching." I feel like he's been doing that this entire time, like telling people to shut up and just nut up. This entire arc he's been doing that. But they make the point that, like, hey, we almost did it. And they talk in this chapter a lot about how what's it called? Shin is like the most baller person ever, and how he's only going to grow. So like their main focus right now is to make sure that Shin survives this no matter what, because as long as Shin's around, then the Hishin unit's never going to die. So they get pursued. They're running. Mangoku catches up to them with his unit. But most of the Hishin unit acts as a distraction as the B brothers whisk Shin away. So they're basically like sacrificing themselves so Shin and the others can survive. And actually, Toe is like, for the sake of letting us run away, everybody's sacrificing themselves. And Hei is like, dude, it's not for us, it's for Shin, dude. Let's go.
Right.
On page 17, Mangoku's like, his eye when he realizes that they ran above them. So fucking stupid. He's so gross. Take a fucking shower, bud.
Yeah, bud. Let me get a dark bud.
Get this guy a fucking puppers.
Get this guy a fucking puppers.
But on the last page of this chapter, 147, it's shown that, well, Bihei is pretty fucked up, but Bito is like really fucked up. He's got a bunch of arrows in his chest.
Yeah.
But he's.
Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, but he's still carrying Shin, Like, he's still motivated to get him to safety.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I think this is supposed to like point out, like, yo, Bihei, you're being a little bitch. Like, your brother's dying and he's still carrying a person and he wants to go on and you want to stop. Like, come on now.
At the beginning of the next chapter, like they show they're following the trails of blood, and the Zhao are like, yeah, I mean, look how much blood they lost. They should be dead. They're gonna die. We should be able to catch up to them soon. Yet somehow they managed to keep walking on, which is really touching. Like, it just shows how much of a general Shin can be. Where like these guys are on death's door, and even though he grew up with those guys, like, they want to see Shin like succeed and become a general. even at the expense of their own lives.
Yeah, when I saw that the chapter was called Friend, I was like,
Yeah.
So it's at this point where the B brothers split up. They part ways because they're following their trail of blood. So Bihei splits off and acts as a decoy. This is sad, man. Bihei, leaves Shin to tow. He's like, bro.
Behave, you son of a bitch. And they go fight the Predator.
Dun 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 dun. No, that's Terminator. Never mind.
Get this guy out of here.
So yeah, he's talking to Shin and he's saying like, oh yeah, well, Shin's still unconscious, but he's talking to him and he's like, oh yeah, these arrows penetrated bone. We're not gonna die here, right, buddy? Then there's like a little flashback to when they're all young and the first time they meet, and Shin beats the crap out of both of them. And they talk about it actually when Shin wakes up because Bito can't fucking stand anymore. Shin's had a dream from when they were back in the village about when they first met, which was I guess that flashback.
Yeah, I think it's nice how Shin says he's had a dream, and To is like, yeah, I was thinking about when I first met you, and it's like, oh, maybe they were thinking about the same exact thing. Like that flashback
for sure.
was both of their minds, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
For sure. But the rest of this chapter is really honestly great. I love the back and forth that these two have. Where they're Shin and To are talking about, do you really think you're going to become a general? And he's saying like, oh yeah, how many brushes of death have you had to overcome to arrive here to where you're at right now? But Bito has complete faith in Shin that he's going to be able to become a general and climb up to where he wants to be. And page 16 is great. It's honestly amazing. Where he says, which is why, just like this, you should keep going on. Ride the thoughts and wishes of all your comrades and climb your way up to a great general of the heavens, which is, I think, one of the this part is like a really defining moment for Shin.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really funny too because he's acting like he's gonna die, but then the next page he's like, just kidding, I'm not gonna die. But they fall asleep, and but when they wake back up, To is dead, unfortunately.
Well, one thing to point out when they go to sleep is Bito muttering Yuri's name.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Which we see like a little bonus sketch at the end of the chapter of Yuri crying, saying, it felt like Bito was standing there. He said, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
That's good shit.
That's really sad. This is one of the sadder moments. I really like Bito. I like Bito way more than Bihei.
Me too.
Fucking buck teeth.
Fucking Bihei is such a useless fucking commander.
Nah. I mean, my thoughts about him totally change a little bit as the series progresses. But he's still, I mean, they should have swapped
He's
spots.
just iconic, and I feel like he gets a lot of people like him because of who he is and like how long he's been with the group, but like so fucking useless. He doesn't do anything. He's just there for comic relief.
Yeah, kind of, honestly.
Bito, I mean, not like he was doing much more, but I don't know.
So that ends
sad. It would have been sad if it was Bihei, though. So I mean, either way.
Yeah, we'd probably be having the same fucking conversation except reversed.
Possibly, because then
Bito's big neck.
So yeah, that ends that chapter, and in the next chapter, it's morning now, and Seki's standing on top of a mountain, and he's blowing his whistle for the Hishin unit to kind of rally around. Also, I don't know if you've noticed, Jesse, they keep saying Kyogai, which is not Kyokai. Kyogai is the guy with the tattoo on his face.
Right. with that like red diamond tattoo over his eye.
Yeah.
Dude,
So
how the hell did these motherfuckers survive? Look at them. They're all dead.
Well, a lot of that blood isn't their blood, like it's other people's bloods. But
yeah, it's my blood.
But yeah, Hyro and the others like Ryusen and Denai.
Yeah, Hyro, that's his name. That's the dude.
Yeah, that's the guy with the mustache.
Right, Hyro and Dene.
You actually see on page 2 of 149, you see Shosa in the back right next to Hyro. He's still smiling.
This motherfucker, he's always smiling. You can't knock him down. Well, you can knock him down.
Yeah. But not for long.
Yep.
So, yeah, most of this chapter is just everybody kind of like showing up to where the rally point is. Bihei was found by Denyu and what's his face?
Chutetsu?
I think that's Chutetsu.
Wait, where?
On page 4.
That's Chutetsu and Denyu.
Yeah, so he found Bihei and everyone's like, "What the fuck? What happened? Like, where is he? Where's To and Shin?" And he says like, "Oh yeah, they split up to use Bihei as bait to lure away any trackers." Also, one thing I want to point out is Denyu's carrying Kyokai, and on page 5, and I'm pretty sure this panel here where Denyu's saying like right, and he has that little thought bubble. Pretty sure he realizes that she's a woman at this point.
Right.
Yeah,
I had the same idea.
Butt.
Yeah,
he felt her thighs.
He was like, "Oh." He picked her up and he was like, "Oh yeah, like let me just touch your dick and balls to make sure they're there." Wait a minute.
Jesus Christ.
So yeah, Shin comes back. He's carrying To on his back, and he says, "Bihei, I'm sorry, dude." And everybody's mourning Bito because Bito is such a good guy. They all fucking love Bito. Even Denyu and Hyro are like fucking pissed off about it. And Bihei makes the point, there's like, don't fucking cry about it. He did exactly what he was supposed to do. So smile and praise him, even though he's fucking bawling his eyes out as well.
Yeah, this part's really fucking sad too. God damn it.
Yeah, I wrote actually on my notes right here, page 10, this shit is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
So going forward in this chapter, Shin and Kyokai have a conversation where they kind of go into a little bit more about what Hoken is, where he's, something called the Path Seeker, where people who seclude themselves from society and dedicate their lives to achieving the pinnacle of a quote-unquote path. The Shiyu originally Path Seekers, but Hoken, the Bushin, they're a tribe which apply themselves continuously, honing and refining a martial path. So all they do and all they think about is kidnapping kids to raise as the pinnacle of martial arts and live in the fucking woods and train. And that's why they're so strong, because they don't have any societal bonds to keep them grounded. They're just there to train and be stronger than everybody else. Page 15, the shot of Shin looking over at the mountains is pretty great, especially considering, the last thing they talk about is, Kyokai goes, Bito was a good man, and he's just contemplating the future and what Hoken's is and Bito. And I really like this page here. The rest of this chapter is like from the narrator's point of view, basically. It says, there were, but with 13 squad leaders and total of 30 members out of 100, it began to revive. But then N shows back with 5 others, and so there's 36 total members out of 100 of the Hishin unit. But even though they lost half their numbers, they're all fucked up without even bandaging their wounds. They're moving forward. They find a Chin flag up in the distance, but it's a trap with fucking Shomo, this fucking bastard.
He's like, that was just my neck flying in.
Ew. They're like, huh, Didn't take long for these gin monkeys to take the bait.
That's racist.
Yeah, it is kind of racist, right?
Mhm.
So the cavalry starts charging at the remnants of the Hessian unit, but on the other side, they get on the cliff to kind of like run away from them a little bit, but they get saved at the end of the day by General Oki, who comes in clutch as always, comes when he's most needed, and no sooner, no quicker than that. And that's the last chapter we're going to be covering for today. I really fucking love this arc. The whole night aspect of it was really dope. I mean, obviously the Hoken stuff was pretty cool, but like I really enjoyed the like them fleeing in the middle of the night and the splitting up from each other and stuff. Yeah, I was a really big fan of this episode here. I love talking about this stuff.
Dude, hell yeah.
Yeah, probably my favorite chunk so far, I think.
You say that every episode.
Well,
that's
not the
because
second episode.
Well, that's because it gets better and better and better, baby.
Yeah, you're not wrong. It does get better and better, and it's going to get even better as we continue with this Battle of Bayou campaign.
Yeah, so Evan, do you know what chapters we're going to be reading up to for the next episode? Are we going to finish out this arc here?
I don't think we'll be able to finish out the arc, but
go to like 173 or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. I'll double check in a little bit, and I'll get back to you guys later about which we should probably read up to. Maybe we'll be able to finish it out, but I mean, not 100% certain because we've been talking for like 2 hours now, and we only did something like 20 chapters, so we might be able to. We'll see. We'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I'm looking up where this actually ends off.
Let's see. Bayou arc.
Yeah, so it ends at chapter 173, and we left off at 150. So it'd be 151 to 173. We
probably do that.
150.
150 to 173. We could
probably do that.
Probably do that. I'd be down to do that for the next episode.
All right, so we'll have to plan out a long sesh.
Yeah, we could do another 2-hour episode, and then after that, we have 2 really short mini arcs, and we can just cover both of those in one episode.
Yeah.
Then we start the next campaign.
Mm-hmm.
And then, oh man, once we get through that campaign, and then the aftermath of that campaign, we get to the best campaign arc.
Yeah, I cannot fucking wait to read that shit.
Ooh,
yeah.
Ooh,
such a good arc. Jesse, I don't think you're ready, dude.
He's not.
I don't think I am either.
He's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, just want to say before we officially end this, thanks again to everybody.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody watching, listening.
Right. Appreciate all the love and support. All the comments are great. And don't normally like to do this, but just if you are enjoying us, like, subscribe, blah blah blah, and you have friends that don't know about us that enjoy Kingdom or other animes, be sure to let them know because we will be doing a bunch of other mangas after we do Kingdom, but we probably won't be done with Kingdom for quite some time at this point. So
yeah, probably not. I mean, I was actually going to talk to you guys about that, about when we wanted to do another series, but let's keep with Kingdom for a little bit, just because there's a lot of content we have to cover still.
Oh yeah.
We're like a sixth of the way through the series, if that.
Yeah, we're on 150, and the current chapter is 661, so we got another 500 chapters.
Yep. Well, on that note, thank you for listening, everybody. I hope you have a great day. Once again, this is KINGDUMMIES by the Mangaki no Tsukai boys. My name's Evan. I was joined today with Jesse and Adam, as always, and thank you for listening. I hope everybody has a great day, and yeah, have a good one.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.